All right. What's up, motherfuckers?
Why are you sitting there?
Oh, fuck! I don't know, man. I just got the first curse word out of the way. I thought I'd make it at least 30 seconds. Like 8.
All right, so we should probably back that shit up again.
Fuck it.
All right, you rolling?
It's going to happen anyway.
All right.
You know. All right, well, I'm Doug.
I'm Richard.
We're a couple cynical bastards.
And shut-ins as well.
Although now that I have a dog, I do get outside a few times a day, so that's been a perk. Pet ownership. Although I guess you don't say ownership anymore either.
No, because that dog owns you, so that's...
Yeah. Well, it's not PC, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's not like,
wow.
You know.
Who gives a shit?
You know, like I'm providing a forever home for the dog. Not like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying. It cracks me up, man. It cracks me up. But, I don't know. I guess talk about movies, books, music.
What have you.
All the shit that basically pisses us off, pretty much.
Which is damn near everything.
So, yeah, I think a good place to start would be The Hobbit.
Yes, The Hobbit. Or let's go for a really long walk for 3 hours, except for you have to sit still and watch us go for a walk.
Right. I mean, who doesn't enjoy that, though?
Well, yeah, we already did for 9 hours, though. We did that 9 hours. It was called The Lord of the Rings.
I mean, I got to tell you, I was pretty pissed off to find out that they're going to drag it out over
Yeah. We don't need another 3 movies, and we've already seen all those tricks before. Peter Jackson didn't show me anything new.
Right. I mean, I'll admit, I was like nerding out when I heard, like, a decade ago that we're going to finally fucking do The Hobbit. But, yeah, it just seems like, you know, another attempt Hollywood trying to capitalize on the popularity of an old franchise and shit. It's like...
They were going after the nostalgia dollar because apparently that's...
I mean, they knew I'd stand in line to fucking go see it.
Oh, yeah. And I was there, too. I went and I saw the thing, and...
But it kind of pisses me off, you know what I mean?
Taking
advantage of us, man.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the sick guy behind me coughing in my hair for 3 hours, I may have enjoyed it more, but I had spittle in my hair. I didn't quite...
The lung biscuit.
Yeah, it's like this guy smearing his lung butter in the back of my head was just a bit much for me. On top of the fact that I'm crammed in a flippin' theater for 3 hours...
Look at you with flipping, man.
Yeah. I restrained that one, man. I
already broke the seal, man.
Know, but I'm trying to close it back up.
You need to keep this shit.
Trying to put that demon back down in Moria, man.
It's not like, be like, hey, mom and dad.
Hey, pops, check out me podcast.
Yeah, come listen to me tear shit up.
Well, you know, I'm just trying not to be lazy with my use of language.
I'm lazy, man. Come on.
Oh, I'm very lazy. That's why I try not to be lazy with my language.
Throw it out there.
All right, fuck it. You know, well, there you go. Are you happy now?
I am now, man, because I'm like, who is this guy?
Like, why isn't this guy spouting off with his usual Tourette's?
You look like my friend.
But why aren't you swearing? Something's wrong.
You sound different. Are you okay? What have you done with my friend? Oh, no, but I mean, I don't know.
The movie would have been better, I think, if you gave me Iron Man or Batman in it. It would have made a better movie.
Like a cameo.
Like if you had Christian Bale show up with his Batman voice, be like, right. I will lead you through this thing of orcs or whatever.
Defeat the dragon.
Yeah, like, okay, come on. That's...
Somebody give that motherfucker Ludens already. That's another one.
Well, let's hop movies here. Let's go to Dark Knight Rises for a moment.
Yeah.
There was the scene where the cat burglar, Anne Hathaway, never actually called Catwoman in the film. She disappears on him, and he turns around in in the Batman voice, and he says...
Throws it out there.
I guess that's what that feels like. Like, that would be the one time while he's in the Batman gear to be like, oh... That's what that feels like in his normal Christian Bale voice.
Right.
And Chris Nolan didn't catch it, and Christian Bale went ahead and did it. So he was like, "Oh no, this is how I'm going to play it."
Right.
And nobody thought for that moment of levity.
Right. I'm trying to think where you're at in the movie. Wait, where
it was after they were on the... He got caught up to her on the rooftop after she had tried to get the program that doesn't exist thing off of the bad guy industrialist.
Oh, yeah.
And they just escape Bane and all that, and she disappears on him. And granted, I'm slamming the movie, but I've watched it 4 times, and I bought the Blu-ray.
No,
So,
I hear you.
so yeah, so this is a little fresher on my mind, and it bothers me even more. And this was even mentioned on Fat Man on Batman that.
Oh, great podcast, man.
Where they were like, oh yeah, what the hell? Why didn't he break the Batman character for that 1 second to give us all the laugh, because it was a funny moment.
Right.
And it could have added that moment of levity that very heavy movie needed.
Right.
On top of all the other plot holes large enough to drive the Batmobile through. But anyway, that's the Hobbit. Yeah, the Hobbit, it was 3 hours of New Zealand again, which we had already seen.
Yeah.
Which... yeah, okay, we've seen all this before. Why are we just going on a long walk with a bunch of different people now?
Right.
And, really, and why does this have to be another 9 hours, other than to take my money?
Right. I feel like, I don't know, man. I was just so disappointed with it. I don't even know what else to say. I'm almost, speechless.
Yeah, it was...
It's just, it seems like, almost like testing the water, right? So, here's what I mean by that. In this movie, they could basically end it here, not release Hobbit Part 2 and 3, right? Based on whatever the, box office, whatever they rake in, right? If they're, disappointed. And then the Hobbit could then be, a movie that basically explains how Bilbo gains possession
of the ring,
and because it really wasn't I don't know, there really wasn't anything in the movie that makes me want to really see what happens in the next one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's they took a children's story and are trying to stretch it out over 9 fucking hours.
Yeah, and what they did, it was already a movie. There was that animated movie.
Oh, right.
That was already...
That's so epically bad, it's awesome. I love that.
but it was already done.
Yeah.
So why can't you do a live-action version of that book...
Sure.
...in one sitting?
Right.
Why do I have to wait...
3 hours would have covered it.
Why do I have to go 3 hours over 3 years...
Right.
...in order to see this whole story that... Right. Really should all be told at once.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Because it was one story.
Yeah, that's why it's so frustrating to me. It seems like such a blatant, we're going to take your money because you guys are loyal fans. You're going to see it. We're going to shit in a box, call it The Hobbit, Part 2.
And everybody
would come out and buy it, and,
And there was all the legal wrangling over it. It was like they were all allergic to money. It's to the point where it wasn't going to come out, and then... Everybody finally was like, well, wait a minute. What, who? Somebody had to step into that room and say, look, you're all a bunch of retards. Everybody put your name on the movie. We're all going to make a ton of money.
Right. And of course, by retard, you do not mean...
Yeah, whatever. Oh, pet owner sounds so PC.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be like, oh, my God.
Oh, my God, he said retard. Oh, no, I said retard because he said... Oh, I said it again.
Right. They'll say that. And they won't say anything. I'll say fuck 50 times. And
but my one retard. My one retard is going to bust out through your 50 fucks.
There's no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying, dude? You know I'm right, man, because it's
Because people are assholes and they have nothing real to bitch about, so they're going to bitch about me saying retard.
I'm excited for that, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Look down at the bottom of this page right now and see some doucher that's going to be like, oh, my God.
He said retard. Oh, no.
Did you have to use retard?
Yes, I did, because it's one of the words that I use.
It's a word. See, for us, I think the word, of course, doesn't
It's not like I went up to a kid in a wheelchair and said, "Oh, hey, you retard."
Right, because that's not what we mean. I think we mean it more in the truest sense, like the dictionary version of the word retarded.
Or in the way George Carlin would use language, because...
You know, I mean, it's a musical term, a retard.
Yes, retard, yes.
Mr. Zach Galifianakis. Oh, my God. I swear to God, that movie, I'm looking forward to Hangover 3.
They're making a third one.
They're making a third one.
Dude, I barely made it through the first one.